Hi guys, hope you're doing well this evening. It's Fred and Sheila with Hatfield, McCoy Museum Adventures and Fred and Sheila Investigates.
Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news.
Yeah, interesting.
Guys, Sheila and I have said for a week or two now, ever how long it's been since Mr. Elam come out with his video, and he said this is a video from 60 minutes.
Mm,
And we immediately started calling his hand to it. It's probably unplugged, baby.
okay, sorry.
And because Sheila had done some research and Sheila found out that that was incorrect.
Right,
That was untrue. Now,
right.
we knew it was untrue, and I know we put it on several of the videos and calling his hand on it because that's what you do. That's what you do when there's a bully. You call them out. When there's something that's not true, you call the person out. It's not to be mean.
Oh,
It's to correct them, and that puts a stop to the rumors or the bulliness or anything else. Now, we said the other day, the last video we made a couple of days ago, we said, guys, there's all kinds of ways Mr. Elam could do. All he has to do is call CBS 60 Minutes and tell them, because we know they went on the air. The first showing was September the 24th
24th. Yeah.
of
No,
68.
mm-hmm.
And Buford died in 74, so it had to be within that range. Now, Sheila done some research when video first come out, and Sheila found out that he was actually on the news.
Yeah.
Now, we didn't tell Mr. Elam this. We just said, we know that's incorrect. We know Buford Pusser was never on 60
Right.
Minutes.
Right.
We knew that. You guys, you can call CBS in New York and get the 60-minute producer, and you can ask them, and they'll tell you that Buford Pusser was never appeared on 60 Minutes.
Exactly.
Now, this is a good example. This is a good example of what no evidence sometimes is as important as having evidence, or how it's so hard to prove something when it didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
How do you prove that it didn't happen? There's no record of it, but how do you fight against it? With Mike Elam putting out videos saying this is a video from 60 Minutes. That's Eddie Bond's video.
Yeah.
Now that very well could be, like some people have said, and be taped over.
Mm-hmm. Dubbed. I think they said they
Thank you. Dubbed.
dubbed their voice over top.
Very well could be dubbed over the news. I forget that guy's name. Charles Sherrod or something was who interviewed. I've heard people say, oh, that was Mudd or somebody.
Mhm.
I believe it's another reporter. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter. That was not the question. See, we get sidetracked trying to research things too much. You can go forever researching stuff.
Mhm.
The point that Sheila and I wanted to research and wanted to find out, and we know for a fact, truth with proof, is that Buford Pusser never appeared on 60 Minutes. Buford Pusser was on the 60-minute, or not 60-minute, but the CBS News.
For
And
about 9 or 10 minutes.
And Sheila's going to show you the proof here in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to show you truth with proof. So we're tired of dragging it out on every video we got and talking about Mike. Mike, show us the proof. Mike, show us the evidence. He's not going to show it, guys. You can't show somebody something that's not there. You can't prove yourself innocent of a murder when you didn't commit it. You can't, and the dead man especially can't prove his innocence because he's dead. But Mike says, prove Buford innocent.
Right.
How do you prove somebody innocent that they didn't do it? Go ahead, Sheila. You can bring that letter up there. A while ago, guys, once again, we're going to give credit to our viewers and our people that text us and emails us with information, and especially people that lives still yet in that area, knows the area, grew up with these people. They grew up with, in fact, the same person that we got this from showed us a picture of an old home place of somebody. Now, guys, again, we don't ever know whose name to put out there and who's not. if you're the one that sent us this and you want credit for it, all you have to do is put in the comments, I was the one sent this to Fred and Sheila. I found this somewhere, and or I did. You can give these people any kind of information you want to give them. They're researchers. They love this, and they may go there and find something else themselves. I doubt it, because this guy here is good. This guy here has given us all kinds of information because he lives in that area. He's from there. He knew Buford. He knew these people. Buford Pusser was never on 60 Minutes. He was on the CBS News.
Right.
We've known that for
a while
now.
Since he brought that
We
out.
were just trying to put the pressure on Mike, Mr. Elam, and let Mr. Elam say, well, I can't prove it. I'll have to change the subject. I'll have to go to something else, because I'm sure that he's probably called, as other people have, CBS News and 60 Minutes, and they've told him Buford was never on there. Go ahead, babe, with your part now.
Okay, here we go. Okay, here is the letter. It says to Sheriff Buford Pusser, Sumner County, Tennessee. Dear Sheriff Pusser, I've had the privilege and the pleasure of having watched you on CBS News tonight at 6:30 when you were interviewed by a CBS reporter whose name I did not catch. You have got to be one of the all-time great police officers of the state of Tennessee, dealing with all types of everyday problems connected with your position. Your police work is enough of a burden without having to suffer the heartbreak of having had your wife shot and being shot at yourself. I must say that those ruthless steel operators in your state are a wild bunch. I think you deserve national commendation, which should be forthcoming also, that somebody should compensate you for your loss of your late wife. I'm bringing your story to the attention of the powers to be in Washington. There is absolutely no reason that when your third term of 2 years duty is up, that you should not be placed immediately. You are magnificent. Hoping you will see it fit to reply to this letter. I remain sincerely yours.
Guys, that letter
It's
well, it's hard to read, but it's small on our screen. We're splitting this screen with this letter, and they're writing small too. It's hard to see and
but I'll
hard to
place
read.
it at the end so they can read it for themselves.
Thank you, babe. She'll put this letter at the end so you can read it for yourself. But there's the letter, and it's dated June the 14th, 1969. We knew 60 Minutes again went in effect in 68. But this is not, and it was 60 Minutes was there, but Buford was not on 60 Minutes.
Nope.
That's like saying anything else. I mean, is there a big deal? To some of you, you may say, what's the big deal? CBS is CBS. They was on the news, or 60 Minutes. Does it matter? No, it really doesn't matter to us.
No.
What matters to us is when you tell somebody something on your video as the truth, and you got it from TBI, and he was on 60 Minutes. This is the 60-minute interview, and it's not a 60-minute interview. It's either Eddie Bond's interview, or it very well could be the CBS News interview of June the 14th, because the letter says, I was watching you on CBS News tonight at 6:30. So ever who this was watching the evening news, CBS Evening News.
Right.
And that's it, guys. We're not going to make a long video here.
Right.
I'll give Sheila and the gentleman. Like I said, Sheila found out that night when I heard Mike Elam say that, and I was watching Mike Elam's eyes.
Yeah.
And he's all over the board. And I just felt there was some non-truth in that story. And I told Sheila, I said, can you check and see if Buford was ever on 60 Minutes? And she goes to it. And either that night or in the morning, the next morning, she'd worked on it. And she said, no, he was on the evening news. And then other people was texting us and they were saying that was a 60 Minutes and somebody dubbed over it.
Yeah.
Some people even said later on, we got notes that
Yeah.
that even said it was the news. A day or two later that he was on the news. And Roger Mudd, somebody was saying Roger Mudd, and it very well could be Roger Mudd, but
Or Richard.
I think this letter here said Charles Sherrod or Charles somebody was the. It doesn't matter. We know, and we knew because we started making phone calls. And we've put clues on our videos, guys. We've got clues on our videos on several different things that someday we'll explain to you, and then we'll be able to go back and say, hey guys, don't you remember us saying this? Don't you remember us posting this picture? Don't you remember that? That's what this was for.
Yeah.
To see if anybody caught it, to see if anybody. So thank you, babe.
That'll do it.
Thank you, babe. Watch her. She's grinning like a. And thank the gentleman
Thank you so much,
that
sir.
sent us the letter because we knew it from CBS in New York. We knew it from Sheila's research that it was evening news.
Yeah.
We knew it wasn't 60 Minutes. We knew Mike Elam was never going to prove to us or you all that he was ever on 60-minute news. Mike can't do that. He's never going to be able to prove that because it didn't happen. You can't prove something that didn't happen. He can come back now. If he wants to get his story straight and tell the truth from now on, he can say Buford Pusser was on the CBS Evening News back in the 60s. But and I'll let this go right now. Guys, if you're my age or Mike's age or some of these older people's age, you'll realize back in the day, back before fake news, 60 Minutes was one of the most admirable TV shows there was.
Yes.
When you watch 60 Minutes, they were going after somebody. They were going to be coming down on somebody and coming down hard. And they was coming down with truth. They had their research done and they would put the camera on them and that's why Mike's older. Back in the day, we respected 60 Minutes. It wasn't political then. It was all about the news, all about truth with proof. And that's why Mike wanted, in his older mind, he wanted to say he was on 60 Minutes because that would give credibility to him saying it, and at least for him being on that show at the time.
Right.
What you got, babe?
I was just looking to see if I had that on my phone. So I was going to place it at the end where I researched it.
Sure.
And I took a screenshot of it. So I
Sure. Yeah. I mean, you'll see the date if it's on there when
Yeah.
she done this the same day or she
Mhm.
was up half the night researching it. And then, like I said, we called different people
Different
and
people.
you can call CBS and we even put that on a couple of our videos. Mike, why don't you or the TBI call CBS and ask them for that video, ask them for that segment with Buford Pusser. And he probably has, he's probably did that. We'll never know probably, but if he did, we can tell you what they told him. Buford Pusser was never on 60 Minutes.
Right.
He was on evening news
For about 9 or 10 minutes.
9 or 10 minutes. So that's probably, that very well could be the segment that Eddie Bonds has got there. Very well could be. We don't care if it's dubbed over. We don't care if that's it or not. We just know that he was never on 60 Minutes. We proved our point. We can check that one off as a mistruth by Mr. Elam that he's told his followers out there. Tell people enough, they'll believe it. Tell them enough, they'll believe it. Well, he told you and told you and told you that he was on 60 Minutes. We told you he wasn't. We have truth with proof. He's not shown nothing. He can't show nothing because it didn't happen. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thanks for watching, guys. We hope you're doing well. Please like, subscribe, and share, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye. God bless.